Nick Reiner, the son of Rob and Michele Reiner, charged with murder in the fatal stabbings of his parents, appeared in court today for the first time since his arrest on Sunday.
CNN's Randy Kay takes a closer look at the relationship the famed Hollywood director had with his son.
Well, I think I'm lucky in the sense that I have parents that care about me when I would go out and do, things like drugs and stuff like that. I'd feel a tremendous amount of guilt because I'd think, oh, they're thinking about me right now.
That was Nick Reiner in 2016, talking about his struggle with drugs and his parents, Rob and Michele Reiner. 9 years later, at age 32, he's in jail, charged with their murders. Since he was a teenager, Nick Reiner battled addiction. Here's why he says he turned to drugs.
I had no identity and I had no passions. And I think the reason I had no identity was because, I have a famous dad and a famous grandpa. I wanted to etch out my own identity with a more rebellious, angry, drug-addicted sort of persona.
Nick is not only the son of legendary director Rob Reiner, but he's also the grandson of the famous comedian Carl Reiner. When Nick was living in his parents' guest house, he says he got so high on drugs he destroyed part of it. He shared that story in 2018 on a podcast.
I got totally spun out on uppers. I think it was coke and something else, and I was up for days on end, and I started punching out different things in my guest house. I think I started with the TV, and then I went over to the lamp, and then everything in the guest house got wrecked.
In 2016, he told People magazine he had lived on the street instead of going to rehab as his parents recommended. If I wanted to do it my way and not go to the programs they were suggesting, then I had to be homeless, he said. In 2015, Nick worked with his father on a semi-autobiographical film called Being Charlie. It's the story of an actor running for governor of California and his drug-addicted son.
Who is this kid with the silver spoon in his mouth, and why does he keep cooking heroin in it? Total waste of a good utensil.
Nick co-wrote the film, and Rob Reiner directed it.
It definitely brought us closer together.
What was the most difficult part about working together for the two of you?
I mean, it was a pretty nice experience for me.
In September, Nick was photographed in this family photo at the premiere of his father's comedy musical, Spinal Tap 2. The LA Times quoted a family friend saying Rob and Michele Reiner did everything for Nick and put aside their lives to save Nick's repeatedly, adding they had never known a family so dedicated to a child. Randy Kay, CNN.
Nick Reiner briefly appeared in court this morning in Los Angeles, but did not enter a plea.
His lawyer told the court it was too early for a plea, and he and the prosecution had agreed to delay the arraignment. It's now scheduled for January 7th.